Well guys, I'm back to my Super Movie Tycoon playthrough, as I just realized I gotta do some policies. So, do that. I guess do the research speed. I don't know what necessarily that foot traffic means, but I'll do it. Alright, there we go. Alright, that movie's almost done. And of course, right when I'm trying to do something, that had to pop up. And then another thing had to pop up. And then another thing had to pop up. And then another thing had to pop up. Just stop the pop-up so I can press stuff. No, I don't want to rename it. God. So, mystery, and it was adventure I was working on. Although I still feel like I might have maxed it out. Another UFO mechanical game. I mean, movie. Maybe what I need to do is play some more Mad Games Tycoon 2. Ha, that's a good idea. Score! Alright, I got all the stars figured out, so you know what? I'm not going to do adventure now. Instead, the next up will be fantasy, which I have not done. Alright. Alright, we're going to go with that, and then you're going to stop, because I'm going to upgrade you now. Oh joy! 3 more people, and I still don't know how to max out that room. Great joy. That's all I can say, just great joy. I think we're outpacing our productions right now. Okay, let's see. Of course, those sliders aren't figured out. Right, there we go. Alright, I gotta make the next Queen of the Galaxy script soon. Another banger course. So biography was the worst right now. Alright, now back to work on mystery. Fantasy, I'm stupid. Let's try security and assassin. Let's try underground tunnel. Legacy. So now, here we go. Release that. Alright, now to go work on this room again. I got so many mystery movies, it's insane. And soon we're gonna find out the next preferred genre. Watch, mystery's gonna be like the worst thing all of a sudden. Alright, let's try acting. Alright, here we go. So now fantasy's the big thing. Okay. Fantasy and mechanical. Funny, because mechanical is one of the things I'm working on. Alright. So we know the drill now. We're going to do fantasy. So fantasy and crime. Okay, car chase and firearms. Alright, let's see. Office tower. Actually, no. We'll do highway for the hell of it. Why not? This is so silly. Car chase. Oh, I gotta make sure it's filming. Okay, scared me for the moment. Alright, get to work, maggots. Up, and you're done. So now we're gonna get the next furniture. Yeah, get that, please. Why did one person quit? I mean, left the room. That's stupid. Okay, all the stuff's there. Alright, you know what? It's been time. I'm going to do this next sequel. I got a bunch of sequels I need to work on, too. Alright, so where is Queen of the Galaxy? Here we go. I remember it was UFO and Queen. And I think Spaceship was one. Okay, and the other one was called Expedition Hall. Yep, get those sliders set up correctly. There we go. Almost $3 million in the bank. Let's go. And then they'll finally get some work done. Alright, rumors and chase done. Alright. So, mystery, of course. Not exactly sure what it's supposed to be. We'll just do that setup for the hell of it. 4.5 stars. Alright, now we're gonna get the sequel for Bomb God of War. Let's see, it was a sci-fi, I think? Here we go. I wish we just copied the exact same things. Gene. Now let's go for a bigger scene. Spaceship. You know, let's do Biohazard. Really? Really? You're gonna do that to me? Really? Let's make it sci-fi thriller. And UFO based. Oh, come on, man. Why didn't you copy the sliders? 652. 383. 945. And 7s across the board. $40, $20, $40. Alright, there we go. And now we gotta also make the next, why is that showing up? Queen of Galaxy. we go. Alright. So no movies are out right now, lovely. But this will change in a moment. Damn it, like the same time. Alright, now for the next movie. Ancient Wake Up Free. Visual. And then we're gonna go all the way over here and get the next movie worked on. Pure Bliss 7 now. Right, is it acting? Yep. And that's not what I pressed on. I pressed on that. Do that. .8. And another 9.8. Let's go. Alright, we're in September. The script for Bomb God Award 6 almost done. Okay, for sci-fi, if I remember correctly, creative and logical, or logic, and maybe story depth. Alright, now back to work on getting the fantasy stuff done. I was going to do fantasy and crime, of course. Gene. Why is Gene thing for crime? That sounds a little odd. Office Tower. Bond Chap. Alright, there we go. They're both E movies. But Thunder SWAT isn't making as much money. I saw one of my scripts got declined, which is very unbased. Alright, now we're gonna keep working on fantasy crime. Get that thing sliders all maxed out. So now we're gonna do FBI and theft. Prophecy. Expedition Hall. This might be the last one. Right, there we go. Alright, can't wait for Queen of the Galaxy to come out. Best director, best studio again. Let's go. I like being told that, W. Do that. Oh, there you go. Oh, wow, they both went. Wow. Dang it, 7.6 again. Alright, I might have to do something about that soon. But it hasn't been clicking recently. Alright, that's getting really irritating, but there we go, into the new year now. Alright, that's gonna wrap it up here. See you all next time.